Hey guys, Laura Gruneisen here. I'm here today to show you some great social stories that your kids are going to love to grow up with. Now, what's a social story, you might say? These are stories that help kids learn about some of the social things that we need to know. How to be a good friend, how to share, how to take turns, how to be okay with making mistakes. I'm going to show you some winners today. My first one I want to show you is called All Better. This is great for toddlers, learning how to care for others. It seems pretty simple. These are 5 reusable stickers, 5 animals get a boo-boo, and we're going to help them. So, ouch! Dog wasn't looking where he was going. Man, clean it, kiss it, put a bandage on it, makes everything all better. Now, what I love about this is that it teaches empathy and it teaches care. We're going to clean it, we're going to kiss it, we're going to make it all better. These stickers are infinitely reusable. You can just run them under cold water, let them air dry, and they're reusable all over again. Great storybook, and this is wonderful for kids. The next one I want to show you is Blue Whale Blues. I love this one for learning to laugh at ourselves and learning how to make mistakes with grace. This is all about Blue Whale, who finds a bike. And what kids will love is that they know this is not a bike, it's a shopping cart. It's so silly. And what I love is that while kids can point and laugh at Blue Whale, what they'll understand is that at the end, when he laughs at himself because he realizes that his helmet is a pot and his bike is a shopping cart, that it's okay to laugh at ourselves. He's sad for a minute, but it's okay. It was a funny mistake, and we can learn to laugh and think it's funny and be okay with it. Kids will love to be able to point at this as an example of how Whale made a mistake, and it was okay. He survived. I love this at the very end because he finds a really great guitar. Kids are going to love it. The next one I want to show you is The Tale of Two Beasts. This is a great one because it teaches about how you can see the same story from two sides. Kids today, and really all kids, really have a hard time seeing things from another person's perspective. And this is a great story to show all about that. Now we see the story from two sides. The terrible beast and the strange beast who finds a lost beast in the woods, and she saves it. She takes it and wraps it in a sweater, and she cleans it and gives it food and puts it in a little box and takes it for walkies. She really loves it. So why? Why does it run away the first chance it gets? Now the second half of the story is from the terrible beast perspective. How he was just minding his own business one day when he was kidnapped by a terrible beast who wrapped him up, tied him up, trapped him, forced him to get clean, gave him squirrel food, and trapped him in a box. Dragged him on a string backwards and forwards and showed him off in front of all of her other beastly friends. So the first chance he got, he ran away. But we get to see that he does miss the hat, and he does miss his girl a little. And they find a way to find some common ground. This is really wonderful for showing kids that there are two sides to every story without having to make it too personal. Kids love to be able to point to a story and talk about others, and it helps them reflect on their own behavior. Another one I really love is Jessica's Box. This is all about Jessica. What I also love about this story is that while she's in a wheelchair, that's not really at all part of the story. It's just who she is. It's really great for showing that disabilities are not really disabilities. They're just different abilities. So she's going to a new school and she's trying to make friends and she has trouble. So she decides she's going to bring a box and put some cupcakes in it. Everybody takes the cupcakes and walks away. So then the next day she brings her teddy and puts it in the box. And everybody laughs at the teddy. And that makes her pretty sad. And all these things she's putting in the box are not working. And she's really sad about it. So eventually, she's pretty sad. And she decides, I'm just going to put myself in the box. Just going to hide. And a boy comes over and says, I found you. What it teaches us is that the best way to make a friend is to be yourself and to give yourself in the box. Now, I love this because it really shows how it's not about what things you bring to the relationship. It's about who you are and how you share yourself. It's a really great story and your kids are going to love it. The last one I want to talk about is all about sharing and waiting. This is something that lots of kids have a hard time with, and this story is here to help. Billy the Goat's Big Breakfast is all about how Nat the cat made a really lovely breakfast, and Billy the Goat arrived too early. He has to wait. But she says, hey, why don't you help me by setting up? And by the time I get back, everything will be ready and our friends will be here to share in the meal. But he has some trouble waiting, and it's all about how he feels sorry for it and how he tries to cover it up, and all about how really patience is a virtue, and about how sharing with friends is really the best. The story is so sweet, such a great way to share with kids and to teach them all about sharing all at once. Hope you found some great social stories.